moving back to the mushrooms.
Najua simu zitakuja. WhatsApp, I know a group where I'll be hit proper, but God will protect me.
But now let's talk about your entry into the board. You're also on the copyright board of Kenya.
Yeah, Kenya Copyright Board.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Kenya Copyright Board, let me get that right. Was that what you entered in 2011?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain your role there.
I was a board member. The Kenya Copyright Board is a regulator. It's a regulatory body of the collective management organizations in Kenya.
Are we talking about Kikobo here?
Yeah, Kenya Copyright Board is Kikobo.
Yes.
So it's the regulatory body, just like the Energy Regulatory Commission or something like that. That regulates the collective management organizations in Kenya.
So for example,
PRISC, MCSK, and CAMP.
All of these have to answer.
CopyKen, they're all regulated by the Kenya Copyright Board. To be very honest with you, I don't know who recommended me to that. I just saw a letter that I've been appointed to the board in 2012. I presented myself. I served the first term. I was again appointed, served the second term. And that was it.
Yes.
After that,
during your time there, can I also be honest then in my conversation with you?
20.
Okay, let me start with the soft landing. Let me not just come hardcore. So I've got your questions, guys. I'm ready. So let me start slowly. As the mushrooms, were you receiving royalties from the MCSK?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Did you feel like those?
For the songs that we had registered. You know, this royalty thing, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, no, for the songs that you've registered.
For
you
the songs we
don't just
registered.
receive royalties because you've dropped a hit song.
Yeah, for some of the songs we had registered, and not because we had registered them, they were being consumed or exploited commercially. You don't get royalties just because you're an MCSK member. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
No. Your song has to generate the royalties.
Yes.
Is it being used commercially? Being played aired on the radio, broadcast?
Of course, yes.
And is it being played in salons, here, there? That is what generates the royalties for you. But the notion that is prevalent is, as long as you're a member of the CMO, they should pay you. That's very wrong.
No, but that's what they're doing. They are paying everybody a standard fee.
That is called, not everybody, correction. Members.
Yes, they're paying members.
They're paying their members
a standard
what
fee.
is called the general distribution.
Okay.
This is a percentage of monies collected from sources which are very difficult to monitor or cannot be monitored. So this is taken, a percentage of that is shared amongst all musicians.
Okay.
And that's why 3-4 years ago, some guys, all of us got 253, and people didn't know that this was a general distribution, and there was a lot of hula baloo.
Okay.
But then the scientific distribution
that is now according to share play,
according to the commercial use of your music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was that was happening well.
Back in the day, it used to, and then towards the end of the 90s, ikaanza issues kidogo, So there's been issues.
Okay.
Because when a lot of people knew that, CMOs can actually generate a lot of money, interests, external na ndani zikaanza, ndio hii mambo yote sasa we are in that quagmire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, now, with that understanding, the people who have the power to stop that should then be the regulation board. So, for example, in this case, And this is, by the way, this is my zero understanding. So all of these are questions.
Don't worry.
And not
Let's
attacks.
go. Let's go.
So if MCSK, there are people within this organization who are not doing it well, Kekobo should be like, I am not giving you a license until, or the green light to collect revenue until you fix this.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
On and off. There are requirements that each CMO has to meet.
Okay.
Sometimes they're met, sometimes they're not,
Yeah.
given the circumstances. I'll give you an example. In 2017, I think, before we came to the board,
Yeah.
or I joined the board,
Yes.
MCSK didn't have a license. They had been denied the license because they didn't meet the criteria or
Yeah.
the requirements. It was up to 2019 that MCSK regained its license. So it happens.
But in the same time, another body was formed, Mpake.
Yeah.
I've got it wrong,
Hey,
but I'm close.
You're informed.
I'm 85%, man. So these are the bodies formed, a whole group of other people, and they show that they can do this thing, and they're given this license, and they begin then collecting revenue.
Yeah.
But then this other board also comes in. How can two people be given the licenses to collect revenue for the same thing from one person?
No, it didn't happen.
Okay.
When Mpake came in, MCSK was denied a license.
Yeah.
Then Mpake out, MCSK came back. It's been a musical chairs kind of thing.
So who is in right now? MCSK.
We are all out. That is, all the CMOs are out because just the other day, some guys from members and non-members went to court. MCSK Camp and Prisk,
Yes.
the licenses were withdrawn again. So it's
We
been
have
on
known
and off.
as-
It's been on and off. It's a very funny situation, but very sad because those that really are hurting
As the artist.
are the rights holders.
Yes, the rights holders.
I'm a right holder
Yes.
too, and I'm hurting too, although I'm a board member of MCSK. Yeah.
So this all sounds like jargon and all fancy. What's the situation? Do the corrupt people just be put in jail? Like, how can this be a problem that is happening without a solution for so many years? This doesn't baffle me. The solution for this can't be this hard.
It on paper or
No, just in my head.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It can't be this hard, but it is because of the vested interests, and more so, things took a turn for probably the worse when former President Kenyatta announced. I remember we were at the late John Matthew's burial. He said, we have done a survey of our studies and we know that the CMO industry can generate close to 2 billion annually. Then kila mtu aliona hapa kuna pesa since then, and slightly before that, vested interests zikaingia. Wale ambao wanataka piece of the pie, ndani, nje, It's not easy. People can sit anywhere and say, this can be sorted out with a magic wand. It can't. There's got to be a total paradigm shift. And how do you tame those with vested interests, probably within government, outside, in the corporates, and within the CMOs? And then you have 20 plus members who are not really exercising. A good majority are not exercising their rights. They don't cut to AGMs, they don't vote, they just want the royalties. So I stand to be corrected. And I know I'm going to be whipped for saying this, but the truth is it's not something that can be sorted out overnight by, say, for example, automation, but the integrity within each one of us.
I get.
You get?
I agree if that's The true problem is
how,
integrity.
How do you change it? I sometimes say the CMO industry is being run almost like the Kenya government. We talk about, I was watching a former presidential candidate talk about the SGR and the way the money was looted. And you get these stories from government day in, day out, but the government of Kenya is rolling on. So in my mind, sometimes I equate the CMO sector is being bedeviled with such problems.
Yeah.
And anybody telling me, look, I was at Kekobo, I saw what happens at Kekobo. I'm at MCSK. In fact, I didn't want to vie for MCSK. I wanted to vie for PRISC in 2018. And then I changed my mind. And what I've seen from within and from without is not, truth be told, and I stand to be corrected, it cannot be turned around in 1 year or just by the government saying itakuwa hivi. It's like the government pointing a finger at itself the way it runs Kenya. So ni ngumu, it is doable, but with a lot of patience, na pia watu wateremke, mambo ya integrity. It's not about sijui the directors are not educated. Kenya is being ruined by highly learned people.
Yes, yes.
So it's not about education.
In fact, the education is being used to fuel the corruption.
Yes.
Because you know loopholes and how to play around it.
Unajua sasa purchasing na nini, unajua where to finya hii na kufanya hivi. So it's a sorry state of affairs, and we get tunapigwa vibaya sana. But I'm a rights holder first and foremost, and then a director. When my time comes, if I'm not brought back, I'm gone. But nobody can deny me the fact or the right, as long as I can compose and get my songs registered, to be a rights holder. So I will fight for rights holders. But one person, 2, 3 people, it needs the whole ecosystem to be sorted out.
Yeah, I agree. What percentage of the collection should go to the artists?
Okay, right now it is said 70%.
So 70%?
As per international norms.
Yes.
Some countries do 80%, but when you bring it down to the Kenyan situation, it is not feasible yet. Why? We've tried self-licensing. Ikiwa KRA na iTax, Kenyans don't go online to file there. Now you tell me somebody in Kawangware, in Maganyakulo, in the coast, unamwambia go onto our website, angalia room yako, this is the criteria, room yako iko fiti ino ama nini, and then say I'm supposed to pay this much. It'll take a while.
Yeah.
So again, I say I stand to be corrected, but it's not as easy as what people see
from the outside.
From the outside and even from the inside. I'm in there. I see what's going on. But I will do what I can. Time yangu Mungu akiniondoa nitaondoka. I've been blamed. I leave it to God. God is my judge. Si rahisi.
Okay. This one is a very tricky. The story of CMOs. But the sad thing is, let me ask another question just before I flip here. Are the media stations being compliant to paying?
They're not.
To paying?
A good percentage are not. For 5 years, we have about 370 broadcasting companies in Kenya. Out of those, probably 80, 90 are compliant. So where do people get the money from? I'm not saying money is not being collected.
Yeah.
It could have been the billions that the president said, the former president said.
Yes.
And then there's an issue also. Another issue is we have the 3 CMOs are collecting jointly. All right. But katika kila mahali kuna bad apples kidogo saa ingine. So when they go on the ground, we hear stories
Yes.
that a place that was supposed to be charged or built, say 10K, will be built 2,000.
And it's pocketed.
So there's so many problems. It's not about sorting out the CMOs. It's about sorting out mindsets.
Yeah.
Otherwise, back to the Kenyan example, KRA would be collecting billions. We just seen in the paper the other day, prominent people with big companies are not paying taxes. It's happening the same way with the licensing. It's a big problem. I know I'm going to be in trouble after this, but God will protect me.
So the solution, then therefore you are replying to say it is easy. It's just an integrity issue, which is
Not only
difficult.
integrity, but that I think is a very big thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I think it's a Kenyan issue. The integrity issue. The Kenya issue is not anything else issue apart from a corruption issue. And the corruption issue is an integrity issue. Okay, we'll shut down this conversation now. Let's move on. Let's move on back to the mushrooms.
Najua simu zitakuja. Kwanza WhatsApp, I know a group where I'll be hit proper, but God will protect me.
No, it's a difficult conversation to have, but again, I'll say our creative industry or the music industry, if this money was going to the right hands or to the hands that have been working hard, it becomes more motivation, meaning more money, meaning it's just
More creativity.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the long run, we have no idea how we're stifling ourselves. Let's move on from that. So you've been in Kekobo, then you were there for 2 terms on the board.
Yeah, 2 terms. I was appointed for 2 terms.
And then now you became on the board of?
I vied for directorship for the Coast region at MCSK.
Okay.
I was elected. I'm serving my first term.
Right now from the Coast region?
Yeah, I'm in the board as the director, Coast region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, because MCSK we still go by the old provincial, central, eastern,
Yes.
you know.
So you need a board member from all
the 8 regions.
8 provinces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
COVID hits. What's that like for you?
When COVID hit, the shows went away again. For me, for the band, because there was a given time that I also used to perform as a 1-man band.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, just for the fun of it. So with my 2 keyboards, I sound like a full band, I perform. So hii ikaenda yote. Performances went, lucky enough, then we started getting invitations to do virtual shows. That's what kept us, me and the band. You have to, the line is very thin between myself and the band. So virtual shows with the band. We were being invited. We did some for some platforms in America, you know, and some for Europe. They kept us going until that area was flooded now with everybody doing a show online.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Did you do one with, and is he your good friend, Tabu?
Tabu Susa?
Yes.
No, but we've done a couple of things with Tabu.
Yeah. Like what? I've not heard you mention him.
Spotlight on Kenyan music, which birthed Kina Bien and many of the other...
Thank you for saying that. Guy! I was about to be shot right here.
I'm the one who brought Kina Bien to Spotlight on Kenyan music.
Let's talk about that. Tell us about Spotlight on Kenyan music.
Spotlight on Kenyan music was being sponsored by the French...
Cultural Center.
French Embassy through Alliance Française.
Okay.